Hello everyone, I'm Gary. I'm the owner and developer of the CSGO Trader Chrome extension. Oh, it's not just Chrome, excuse me, it's Firefox as well now. Anyways, this is going to be a quick walkthrough slash feature showcase video, and I'm going to show you some of the options I have set and how I use it. So yeah, it's gonna be unscripted, so there might be some hiccups here and there, but let's jump in. I'm going to start with the features that I suspect most people use. Well, it's in the name, it's, CSGO Trader, so let's start with the trade offer features. So let's refresh the page. We are on the trade offers page. There's not much going on. It looks exactly the same as without the extension, but there are some small features. One of them is the quick decline feature, which is declining the trade without the usual pop-up. It's useful if you are someone who has to decline all these trades all the time. And the other one is clicking a trade does not make a new small shitty window pop up, but instead it opens in a new tab, and it's manageable. So okay, let's continue with the offer features, but let's pick a better one with more items like this. So as you can see, it looks very different from the normal Steam offer page. One of the most striking differences, of course, is the colors. These are the same colors that are based on the item's rarity that you can see in the game in the CSGO, and I've applied them to the extensions items. Some other things you can see: the exterior of the items are in a shortened way visible at the top right corner. You can see the price in white. It's the currency is set to euros for me, but you can change it. I will show you in a sec. And the thing in light blue, grayish blue above in a smaller print is the float value of the items. Some of the other features in trade offers is that you can inspect the item in the browser. While it loads, I'm going to show you the sorting feature. It's set to expensive to cheap for me by default, but I'm going to show you as well later. You can sort alphabetically. You can apply the default by float value and all the reverse versions of the listed. So yeah, expensive to cheap is what I usually do, and that's my default. In the meantime, you can see that the screenshot of the gloves just loaded. Yep. Let's see. Okay, let's use the option. This is the options page of the extension. You can access it by opening the pop-up and clicking options. I showed you the quick decline in the trade offers page and the open trade window as tab features. You can select the default sorting mode here, and you can make the extension switch the other party's inventory. I think it's pretty useful if you open a lot of trades, because you know what kind of items you have, but you don't necessarily know what items the other party has. So you could just see the float values dropping in, loading, and do not forget this. There are some quick shortcuts to move a whole page to the trade offer, or let's add 5 keys. Looks like I don't have any keys at the moment. Let's confirm that by sorting from cheap. Yeah, my cheapest item is €3, so the key should be over here. I think these are the features in a trade offer. Let's move on to the market and let's pick something better for that, like a red line, because those have stickers usually. So what's different from the default market listings page is that you can see the other exteriors, of an item, and you can click it and open it, and you don't have to mess around by searching for it, because let's admit, searching in the market is pretty awful. You have the same inspect in browser button and functionality here as well. This is for every item. I'm not going to show that again. You can see these float bars, I call them. The float is the scale from 0 to 1, and the colors represent the exteriors. I'm sure you're familiar with this style. This one has a pretty good float and already sold, of course. By clicking the small print show technical, this technical information pops up. You can show all the digits of the float value here. You have the paint index, paint seed, the origin, and others. Yeah, to be honest, for red lines these are not really relevant. What is relevant for red lines are the stickers. So the stickers are only visible as if you hover over the item normally, but I put them under the float bar so it's visible. You can enlarge it by hovering, and you can see the name, condition, and you can open. You can find them on the market quickly by clicking. Let's check some better stickers for expensive. Yeah, they are all 100%, so it's not. They are not worn at all. That's what it means. No, you can see it 85%, so it's a bit scrapped here, and these ones are scrapped a bit. I don't know who does that and why, but it happens. And it's visible. It's made visible by the extension. I think this is about what the extension adds. Oh no, you can set how many listings you want loaded when you load the market page. It's by default 10. I just set it to 20, and you can see there are more results here. I'm just going to put it back to 10. Okay, so let's open an inventory, but I have mine here. I use expensive to cheap sorting here as well. You can see my gorgeous knives and other shit. You can see an total inventory value on the top right corner. This is for every inventory, not just for your own. You can start selecting items by clicking this hand and start clicking around. You can see the selected value adding up, and you can stop the selection by clicking the hand again. I already showed you the sorting. So let's move on. You can generate a list of your inventory items, and this is useful if you want to post it in some groups. You know, if you're trading in Steam groups or the Steam trading forum, Facebook groups, Reddit, whatever. You can set all the options. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can limit result, etc. If I click here, yeah, it says it's copied to clipboard, so I'm going to show that to you. Let's bring up Notepad for a sec. Yeah, if I say paste, you can see my items in the same, yeah, the same, what is it, expensive to cheap sorting was selected, so these are all the items from expensive to cheap. Duplicates are marked by an X, and the duplicate value, it's more common for cheaper items. Yeah, there are a bunch of options here. You can download it as a spreadsheet if you want to save it or whatever. Moving on, you can see the same float bar and technical information, float information here about the item. You can see what phase the Dopplers have. Yeah, and these colors are based on phase. This is a phase 4. It's usually about this blue, and the phase 3 is much darker, usually blackish. Not that nice and cheaper as well. You can see the same list of other exteriors and links to the stat track, inspecting browser as well. What's different here is that there are these indicators in the top left corner of an item. It's 3D, it's not 3 dimension on this one. It's 3 days. It means the item is going to be tradable in 3 days, exactly at this date, and you have a countdown here as well. You can click it, click the bookmark and notify button. It will open up the bookmarks page. It will notify me when the item becomes tradable. So if someone wants it, I can send them a trade offer. There are some bookmarks that yeah, so there is this guy who wants all of his stuff for my Bowie phase 4, and I guess the Galil is the one that's not tradable yet. So when it's tradable, I can send him the offer in the morning. Alright, what else? I think it might be all for the inventories. Let's check in the options page. There's not much optional here. Okay, let's move on to profiles. It's going to be different based on whose profile you are viewing. So when I'm viewing my own profile, oh yeah, I have not safe for work enabled. Let's switch that off and refresh. So that's basically the feature shown. It removes the background, the profile pic. It's useful if you are at work and don't want anyone to see what you're doing. These, you know, the anime and I don't know, all this girlish and gamer stuff showing up on your screen. It's more clear if it's enabled. Anyway, on your own profile you have an option. There is a button. It says it's reoccurring. It stands for reoccurring. When I press it, it removes the previous command and adds this template. It can be set somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. You can set the recurring message in this pop-up. You can hide it if you don't like it or don't use it. There is a show real status. What it does is it's quite annoying. When you visit someone's profile, you can always see currently online, but not if you enable this, because it checks the real status, which is a way for me right now because I've set it that way. Mark scam. Yeah, let's get back to it in a sec. What the plus rep button does is it adds this little button here, and when I press it, it comments my message. That is also settable over here. It's gonna be hard to show you what no, Mark scammers is quite easy. Not that easy. Let's not find the scammer right now, but if a scammer adds you and you view their profile, it's gonna put over here some red background and some warning texts that he's a scammer. If you have this enabled. Okay, so I think that's about it for profiles. These are the pop-up options. You can customize what buttons you have over here. Oh yeah, let's talk about pricing. So by default, when you have when you install the extension, the pricing provider is going to be the CSGO Trader, so my extension. I have a page where I explain how the pricing is calculated. You can find it at csgotrader.app/prices, csgotrader.app/prices. But if you don't like it or you prefer another one, you can switch it to Bitskins or CS Money, whatever. You can change the currency to a bunch of other ones. You can disable the pricing to show prices if you don't like it at all. Yeah, I forgot to mention that you have to set your Steam API key if you want, for example, the proper chat status shown, and I think there are other features that need it, and there definitely be ones in the future. Yeah, by default you don't have this enabled because it's kind of scary. It explained here, but you should enable it because it's a better user experience. Yeah, flex scam comments is also kind of hard to show off because you have to find some profile where a scammer has commented. Anyway, you can, I'm sure you will know what I'm talking about by those comments. You know, you want to give away, or, you know, gambling sites, all these scam and spam messages, they get reported automatically by the extension if you have this enabled. And you can add your own patterns that you notice that are not being kept and you find annoying or, I don't know, malicious. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep help keep Steam clear of these messages. Yeah, I mentioned the items being made colorful. You can switch that off here if you don't like it. We went through profiles, market. You can turn this on if you want to get notified by updates when the extension gets updated. Yep, so there are these bumping features. If you have Launch open or CSGO Traders open, I have the exact pages linked here. Then your trades get bumped automatically at set intervals. You can also export and import your preferences and bookmarks if you are moving computers or you want to have the same settings in another browser. And I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and check it out. It's available at CSGO Trader. Not that. Anyway, check it out. See you guys.